In this video, you'll learn how to make effective use of your first year as a PhD student. A PhD degree will leave a scar in your soul. Why should anyone even care about a PhD degree? Well, if you have a passion for knowledge and you want to push the boundaries of knowledge that little bit further, then a PhD degree is for you. The one thing that drives me to study for a PhD degree is because I am passionate about innovation, discovery, turning data into information and information into knowledge. I want to solve a small problem that will change society, and I want to make money as well. Now, what you just heard is the fancy aspect of studying for a PhD degree. It's far more harder, Forget about the fancy name, doctor. It's not as fun as it looks, because you sleep, you wake, you talk, you think about your PhD as long as you are on it. It's a lonely journey that you need self-discipline to succeed. For most people, including me, your first year is going to be a little bit difficult. PhD, you don't have a direction yet. You're just doing research and you don't even know what you're looking for. One good thing about my first year was that, although in my personal opinion, I learned one of the best ways to make use of it, and that helped me at some point when I was in the cloud, a little bit confused. I don't know what to do, no direction. I don't know what to do next. So today, I'm here to share my experience on how best to use your first year of studying for a PhD degree. It's a simple techniques that my PhD supervisor, Professor Sharon McDonald's, a professor of human-computer interaction here at the University of Sunderland, taught me. She said, summarize every relevant, reliable journal relating to your PhD into a one-page document. She added, I know it's going to be boring. You may want to do something different. You might want to do something interesting, because reading journal paper is a bit boring, but it will help you. And I was like, okay. I did a couple, about 20 to 30, then I stopped. But I went back and summarized more relevant journal during my third year, and that really helps me a lot. It's a simple but powerful way to align your research towards finding that originality to your research work. So, for those that fancy a PhD, or if you're already in your first year, one major take home from this video will be for you to try. I know it's difficult, but just try and summarize each journal into a one-page document. For instance, one research paper should be summarized into a one-page document that tells you everything you need to know about the research, so you don't have to go to the original paper when you're looking for something. You just go to your one-page format. So it should contain the author name, the dates, the publication, like the date of publication, the title of the research paper, the aim, the research questions, the hypotheses, depending on the research anyway, then the methodology, the results, that's the findings from that research paper, then your personal critique, and more importantly, how the research paper relates to your current research. I'll leave the format on the description section of this video. Feel free to modify it to fit your purpose. If you have ways to help first year PhD students to make better use of their first year, please leave your recommendation on the comment section below, so everybody can learn and choose which is best for them to do. So earlier on in this video, I talked briefly about wanting to solve a problem that will change society. I'm not saying you need to be a PhD holder to be able to solve a problem, but I do believe that every PhD holder have the skill set to easily identify and solve a problem that will change society. It may not be a huge change, but it might be significant enough to know that, yeah, this person has contributed to knowledge. Also, before you start or during your first year into a PhD, you have to choose where you want to be at the end. Me, from the start, I have always leaned towards becoming an enterprising researcher. So that means at some point at the end of my research, I'll turn my findings into a business. You must factor this into your overall research plan. This will give you some bearings at some point so you know where you want to be at the end. For instance, if you're leaning towards becoming an academic, then writing for publication should be a part of your overall research plan, because it is important for those who have a passion for teaching as a way of pushing that boundary of knowledge that little bit. For people like us who are more of an enterprising researcher who will go into business, writing for publication is not really a big deal. Yeah, we can just go on and do what we like at the end of the day. So that is it. In my next video, I'll talk about how I organize the tools I use for my research for optimal productivity. Until then, cheers guys, and have a good one.